Good morning and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. It is Wednesday, January the 23rd.
Yes, it is. Hello, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning to you there. Today is National Pie Day. Oh boy.
What's your favorite pie?
All of them.
Key lime.
Key lime. Okay. Well, actually, I like pecan. I like all of them, pretty much. Some more than others, but I like them all.
Yeah.
Today is also National Handwriting Day. January 23rd, the National Handwriting Day, always on the birth date of John Hancock, flamboyant signer of the Declaration of Independence, which means National Handwriting Analysis Week also begins today. You ever had your handwriting analyzed?
I have not, but you know, they really don't teach cursive writing much anymore.
No, they don't.
You know, I can't believe how much that has changed through the years. That used to, I mean, I don't know, maybe like third grade, second or third grade, you were learning all about cursive writing, and now you just don't use it. I guess it's because of the computer and we're typing everything now.
That's got to be a lot of it.
But we still have to sign our names.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you really need cursive. But yeah, things have just changed and evolved through the years.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Because
we won't get him started.
I think it's a crime. It really is. Because, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. It's a crime. Anyway, it's a cold, cold, cold day. And that means the coldest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. happened on this day in 1971 at Prospect Creek Camp, Alaska, when a record 79.8 degrees below zero.
Cannot imagine.
That's Fahrenheit, of course. 79.8 below zero. You know, if it got below 20 below, I wouldn't know it. I mean, I wouldn't know the difference between 78 or
anything
90 below. Yeah, anything below. Today is also Measure Your Feet Day.
And why is that?
I have no idea.
You don't know what the purpose in measuring them is, so
Just
you'll know what size shoes to wear?
Just do it. I have no idea why. Measure Your Feet Day.
Okay.
Because your foot's longer than a foot, unless it's not. And then it is.
Not in every case.
Well, not always, but sometimes it is. But then sometimes it isn't. And when it isn't, then you don't need to worry about it. And if it is, I wouldn't worry about that either.
Next trivia?
Oh, yeah. We have our trivia question for today. Oh, boy, what automobile? Oh, my goodness. Listeners of National Public Radio's popular Car Talk program decided which automobile was the worst car of the millennium. So from 1901 to 2000, the worst car of the millennium, that would have been 1,000 years. So from 901 to 2000, or 999, or 10,001, 1001, that's it. 1001 to 2000.
He got it. He got it.
That's it. Which was the worst car of the millennium? And I'll tell you in just a moment. Do you have any idea? There was a particular make of automobile, which is not made anymore, that's a good clue, that was considered to be the worst car of the millennium by listeners of National Public Radio's popular Car Talk program.
What is that one car? Is it called a Duesenberg?
Oh, my goodness, no. Duesenberg was a wonderful automobile.
That was a wonderful automobile. It certainly was not that one.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump.
I'm just trying to remember old cars. Other than your basics, you know, your Model T and all those, you know, certainly they were not the worst.
No,
certainly
they weren't.
Not.
But it's a little more modern, a little more current.
A little more
It's
current.
not made anymore. But there was one automobile that was voted the worst car of the millennium.
Could you give us a hint?
From 1001.
Other than it's not made anymore?
I can give you a hint that it was made in the latter part of 1900s. The latter part, the second half.
Okay, we'll think about that.
And it didn't last very long.
We'll come back to that.
Okay. All right, that's our trivia question for today. Name the car. Today, the 24th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, eliminating the poll tax in federal elections, was ratified this day in 1964. Also in 1970, and if you remember those years, and you don't, I know, but in 1970...
I was alive then.
I know you were, but you were just a young'un.
Okay.
Which is nothing wrong with that now. But, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Don't we all?
Yeah, and birth is a good place.
Thank you.
Okay. The judge at the infamous trial of the Chicago Seven, this was a group of individuals who were accused of creating, wreaking havoc and causing riots during the 1968 Republican National Convention in Chicago. Chicago 7, the judge called, well, the judge was there anyway, a witness was called to the stand by the name of Judy Collins.
Judy Collins.
Judy Collins, Judy Blue Eyes, the singer. She wanted to sing her testimony.
Interesting. Didn't go over so well?
Didn't go over well at all. The judge said, no, you can't do that. 1977, the most watched television program in history up until that time, began on ABC. 1977, it was a miniseries called Roots.
Ah.
Alex Haley's Roots.
I saw the movie. It was phenomenal.
It was. It was a great movie. It was a miniseries, Roots. The National City Bank in suburban Columbus, Ohio was robbed by a guy in a black cap, blue pajamas, and bedroom slippers.
How about that?
No mask. He walked in, robbed the bank, and then left. No one was hurt.
Rolled out of bed and robbed a bank.
That's it. I mean, okay. And former Tonight Show host Johnny Carson
Did love
away.
him.
Yeah, love Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Died this day, 2005, he passed away at the age of 79.
He was a pioneer in his own right.
In his own right. He had so many other shows, Who Do You Trust, and there were several other programs, and then finally he hit on the Tonight program after Jack Parr, and
It just worked.
it just worked for him. He was great.
It
Very
did.
funny man.
It did. Well, we want to remind you that the 5th anniversary of the Paramount Theater is coming up. They're having a big celebration at the Paramount. It's their 5th anniversary gala. It's Friday, February the 5th. It'll be at 7 o'clock that evening. Ticket costs $15 per ticket.
Wow.
It'll be taking place right there at the Paramount Theater. It's a come and be a part of the reconstruction of the Paramount Theater celebration. It's hard to believe it's already been 5 years since the opening.
It is hard to believe. Yeah.
And come see what the Paramount has done through these 5 years. They're going to have little bits of programs that have run through the past 5 years. All right, little tiny bits. Yeah, it's going to be great. They're going to have so many groups come and participate, from dance companies to stage struck theater, center stage theater, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's going to be a fabulous night. Come dress up, enjoy the evening, celebrate 5 years of the Paramount Theater's reconstruction.
Is great.
That's right. You can get more information on the Paramount's website as well.
I can't believe it's been 5 years.
It has. A lot of great shows have happened through those years.
I'm telling you, it really have. We didn't mention, I didn't ask, in fact, who's going to be on today's program, but we know we'll have someone here from Wages.
That's right.
We have Paige Leonard from Crime Stoppers, and we also have Diane Ivey. Will be here to talk about the Works program and other things as well.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I think it's time to go right on with Wages, and let's see who's up and what they have to talk about from Wages Head Start.
Today we welcome to the studio some folks from Wages, Wayne Action Group for Economic Solvency. We want to welcome Dr. MARLEE Ray, and we want to welcome Brownie Doss. Now, MARLEE, you are the Executive Director at Wages, and Brownie, you are the Older Adults Services Director.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Now, what does that mean? I mean, I know what MARLEE does, but what do you do now?
Well, we have 3 main divisions at Wages, and we have 4 older adult programs, and so I oversee those 4 programs.
Okay. And MARLEE, you have been the Executive Director for
5 years.
Really? Has it been 5 years?
Time flies.
Oh my goodness! And
when you're having fun.
When you're having fun. Oh yeah, I can tell you all about that. But now, Wages is actually a large umbrella for several other
As a community
organizations.
action agency, we have numerous grant programs. We serve from children at birth all the way to our seniors, and that's where Brownie comes in with our foster grandparents and senior companions, our new RSVP program, and then the congregate and nutrition program that we're going to talk more about today.
All right, now you mentioned RSVP. That's the Retired Senior Volunteer Program.
Right. That's a new program to us. Well, not really new. It started at Wages many, many years ago.
Right.
It moved to Wayne Community College and was very successful there.
Right.
About 2 years ago, we no longer had that program, and now we have it back, and it's at Wages. It's changed a little bit, Wayne. It now, instead of focusing on everything, focuses on 2 areas. Recruiting senior volunteers to work with military children, children in military families, and senior volunteers to work with the nutrition program.
Okay. How many programs are up and running at Wages?
About 14 different programs.
14, and it covers, I know it covers all age groups.
From First Steps to Head Start and Early Head Start to Weatherization and CSBG to all of our senior programs.
CSBG?
Community Services Block Grant.
Oh, I knew that. Okay.
Self-sufficiency.
Self-sufficiency. All right. Well, Brownie, we want to talk about what do we want to? We want to talk a little bit about the Meals on Wheels, right? Program. Tell me about that. How long has that been going?
Well, we started with the nutrition. It's called Wages Nutrition Program for the Elderly. Is the official title.
Okay. Well, let's be official here.
Let's be official.
That's the official title.
Right.
But we know it as Meals on Wheels, right?
And Wages started with the Congregate Nutrition Program. First, back in the early 70s. All of our senior programs are part of the Older Americans Act of 1965.
Right.
So we started back in the early 70s with the Congregate Nutrition Program. It's a program for seniors to come out and enjoy a meal together. One of the risk factors for poor nutrition is eating by yourself. You know that?
I didn't know that. Now, why? Why is it a risk factor, eating by yourself? Is that
because you don't eat as much, you don't eat as well.
You don't take the time to cook.
You don't take the time to cook.
Okay.
You don't eat fruits and vegetables and things you should eat. So
now that's true. I can see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to cook for one, particularly an elderly person.
Yeah. It is.
A family, you think about a family meal and the family dynamic, but when it's just one person.
That one person will not take the time to fix a meal. It's a bologna sandwich or peanut butter. Or
plus you get the social interaction and the...
So that's kind of what started the Congregate, the idea that seniors who were isolated would get out and come to share a meal together. And in doing that, it would be socialization. They would have interaction with their peers. They would be exposed to things like we do lots of activities. Other agencies in the community come out and do education programs such as Cooperative Extension, doing programs on nutrition or exercise or depression in seniors, or different agencies come out and do programs for them.
And we do these congregate meals in two different places. At the Mount Olive Senior Center and at the new Goldsboro Wayne County Senior Center.
On East Ash Street.
On East Ash Street.
All right. Now there may be some confusion, and before we started talking, you relayed to me some concerns that people have, or I should say non-awareness. They're unaware of the connection between Wages and the Senior Center when it comes to meals.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Well, we collaborate with so many groups, and as I often say, one of the best things about Wayne County is that all different agencies work together and have a collaborative spirit, and this is just a great example of that. It's at the Senior Center, and the Services on Aging does a wonderful program there, but Wages prepares the meals at our site on Royal Avenue and then carries that meal to both of those senior sites for the people at the Senior Center to enjoy.
On East Ash Street and in Mount Olive.
And in Mount Olive.
My goodness. Well, that's a lot of food.
Well, you serve about, it is.
What?
That kitchen serves about 1,200 meals a day, but that's including the children, the home-delivered meals, and the congregate meals.
That's a lot.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but the Meals on Wheels serves about...
We have about 325 on Meals on Wheels. In the congregate setting, we do about 140 to 150 a day.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's quite a few, and we take the meals to all these different places. And we work very closely with Wayne County Services on Aging. They provide services for seniors such as transportation, in-home aid. We have a senior companion program that's similar to in-home aid.
I was going to mention that.
So we work very closely together with mutual referrals and, collaborate. They help us at our congregate nutrition site. We want to provide programming. So Services on Aging helps us in providing that programming, not just at the Peggy Seeger Senior Center, but also in Mount Olive.
Right.
So, we work very closely together, and
And
That's
you
what
know
it's all about. We're
That-
not territorial.
That's
we
right.
are serving our
Gotta work
senior
together.
population.
And
Right.
one of the things that people may not know is, typically Wages does work to help move families from poverty to self-sufficiency.
Right.
This particular program does not have an income guideline. It's open to anyone who is over the age of 60. So we need to let our audiences know, it's there. That social piece is there, that interaction, that great warm meal in the middle of the day so that you don't have to cook at night. You do get an opportunity to contribute or to pay if you want to. There is no charge, but we do give all people.
So you
the
take
same.
donations?
We take donations.
You certainly, yeah.
Right.
And that would help, of course, defray the cost.
Right.
Last year we collected about $20,000, and that was before the new senior center opened.
Wow.
And that money goes back in directly into the program just for meals.
Just for meals,
Wow.
no salaries,
Well, that's
no
wonderful.
equipment or anything. So that's the state of North Carolina, which the funding comes through the state of North Carolina, and they also contribute to the program. So they require that we give everybody the opportunity to make donations.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, you mentioned that there's no income parameter, that anyone who's over the age of 60 is eligible to receive Meals on Wheels, or
And maybe you and I in about 20 years can go.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. well, you have a ways to go yet. Yeah.
But it is a great thing in that there are people in our community who aren't able maybe to do that meal, but can still get out and love that interaction, or doing something else at the senior center, another activity like Brownie was talking about, and they can go and have that meal and enjoy the camaraderie, and then stay for some activities. I mean, they've got things going on over there all the time. So, we do that, and then they can contribute should they choose to do that. That helps us keep more and more going.
Oh, that's wonderful. Of course, we're also proud of the senior center anyway. It's new, and it is an exciting place for anyone to go, anyone over the age of 60.
Right.
Well, and in addition, speaking of the senior center, the county, which put so much into that particular site, they also help fund some of the nutrition program, and we also get funding from the United Way. So we appreciate both of those local sources that make a difference.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. I wanted to ask you about funding, because I'm sure there's some misconceptions in that regard as well. You receive help from United Way and from donations, but where does other funding come from?
Okay, well, it's a combination grant that is part federal, part state, and also we get support from the county. Because people are always asking me that. In this particular program, the federal, from the Older Americans Act money, comes to the state of North Carolina. So they provide our standards. They're sort of our governing agency, the state of North Carolina, and then it goes out, and it's based on a funding formula, how much each county gets, based on the number of seniors you have, the level of poverty, so it's based on that. And so we do also get support. Local donations are very much needed, not just from the participants themselves. We have several churches that contribute, a lot of individuals. The physicians every Christmas support us with their Christmas fund. That's very important to us. So,
well, and I know you have a lot of food that you have to prepare, and you have a big responsibility, and there's a lot of cost involved with this.
There is.
In preparation of
and
the
we keep our
meals.
costs very low by operating our own food service. We have control over it. We can, which helps maybe the quality of the food, as well as we can keep the cost low, because we're not trying to make a profit. Where many nutrition programs, Meals on Wheels and Congregate, are buying their food from caterers. And in other counties and other places, we're one of the only ones in the eastern part of the state that has their own food service.
Well, that gets a bit pricey, doesn't it, buying from caterers?
Right, because they're trying to make a profit.
Well,
they're not
sure.
doing it for free.
That's right.
So
Well, we have a wonderful kitchen. We have it's a miracle kitchen because it's very small,
Right.
and produces out a lot of food. But the staff, the people back there, they work. They come in early. As I said, that one kitchen does the meals for all the children in Head Start and Early Head Start, Wayne Community College, child care.
Right.
All of the congregate meals in Mount Olive and Goldsboro, and all of the Meals on Wheels out of that one kitchen. That's about 1,200 meals a day.
My
out of that
goodness.
one. So they are very dedicated, and they make a big difference. But by doing it in that bulk, and then of course, we don't just serve it there, it goes out. So we have transportation, we have volunteers that we need to deliver the Meals on Wheels, but we also have staff and vehicles we put on the road every day to get that food hot and ready, good quality, to the right place at the right time.
Well, and you're always needing volunteers.
Always.
Always.
Always, always, always.
How does someone volunteer for Meals on Wheels?
Okay, if they will just call our office, and they can call 919-734-1178, extension 281.
281.
That is Andrea Bone, who's our volunteer coordinator, and she will plug them right into the schedule. It is a wonderful, warm, fuzzy thing to do. It takes no more than an hour. We have very clear directions. You know, you come to Wages and pick up the meals for all the city routes. You go to one house after the other and come back. There's usually an average of about 12 people on a route.
And it takes about how much time?
About an hour,
What
at
if
the most.
What if someone doesn't have an hour every day?
Oh, just even once a month, as we have people who come once a month, some once a week, some 2 or 3 times a week. Some people prefer to just be on our sub list, which is a huge help. I mean, we have some retirees that say, you know, I travel, I go to see my grandchildren, I don't want to commit to a certain day, but I'll be glad to do it when I'm here. And they give us, and that's a tremendous help. So,
When we had over, last year, in that one program, unduplicated count, over 1,800 volunteers in Wayne County.
Oh my.
1,800 different individuals delivered meals.
right,
Well, that's wonderful.
right.
And I would have to guess some of those volunteers came from the base.
Oh yes, they do. They do.
We get a lot of
Aren't
support
they?
from our
Yeah,
military
yeah,
community.
they're
A
tremendous
lot of
help.
support.
They do. They're tremendous help, and so that's probably part of that number being so large,
Yeah.
because a squadron will come and they might bring different ones every time. We have some of the pilots groups, the squadrons, the rockets, and they'll come when
Right.
they're in training.
Sometimes a scout troop will come.
Oh yeah.
In the summer, or a
And-
civic group.
Yeah, and throughout the county, and like the routes that we have in Dudley and Marmac and Elroy, Sawston, all those different areas, most of those areas are supported by our local churches. So we
Right.
have to give a big thank you to our faith community
Oh,
as
yes.
well, because I mean, the base is a huge help,
Oh yes.
but also our faith community. They totally take care of our county routes pretty much.
Wow.
And
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's a wonderful.
So it's
help.
just a lot of people involved, and you can always use more volunteers.
Always. because
919-734-1178.
Extension 281.
281.
And it's Andrea Bone. Is
All
the
right.
volunteer coordinator.
I love Wages, and we could talk for hours about this, but unfortunately we do have to run on. We're out of time.
Okay.
But Dr. MARLEE Ray, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Wayne. We'll be back.
And Brownie Doss, it's always great to see you as
All right.
well.
Good to see you
And
too.
I hope you
Thank
come
you for
back
having
very
us.
soon.
Thank
All
you
right.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
You know, Wages does such a great job. We're very proud of our Wages organization here in Wayne County.
They have a lot of fabulous programs under that umbrella.
Speaking of programs, the Red Cross is going to have a blood drive, and that's coming up February 2nd. That's a Saturday. That's, let's see, today's the 23rd. That'll be about a week from this Saturday. And
Where's it taking place?
This is at Rosewood High School. And you know, some of the biggest and most successful blood drives conducted
high
by the Red
schools?
Cross are at high schools.
Yeah.
They sure
People
are.
in the whole community come out to the high school,
Yeah,
give blood, teachers, some students, but a whole lot of just community members and parents
yeah.
come on out to usually done in the gymnasium or the cafeteria.
Somewhere like that.
That's right.
Let's see what else we have here. Birthdays today. Today is Anita Day. Anita Pointer is having a birthday. One of the Pointer sisters. Love those.
Oh, yes.
They are in, I saw them in Charlotte years ago. What a show. Wow.
I'm sure.
They were there with somebody else. Anyway, Anita Pointer, 64. And it's not that I don't want to mention who it was. I can't
remember. It'll hit you in a little bit.
It will. It'll hit me.
Who else's birthday?
Anita Baker.
Oh, so lots of Anitas.
That's why I said it's Anita
Day. Okay.
Yeah, she is 54 today. Cheap Trick's Robin Zander having a birthday, 59. Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it Thyssen? It's Thiessen. She's 38.
Still a baby.
Oh, I know. And she is on that White Collar program.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's on the USA Today network. I believe it's USA Today. It's an interesting program, but it's one of these programs that's on for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it's gone
then
for 6.
Then it disappears, yes.
I hate that.
I know, but it's hard to follow that storyline when they come and go,
It is, and I hate to say that I hate anything, but I dislike that immensely.
He dislikes it.
I dislike that immensely. Also, a birthday today for today. Today is Mariska Hargitay's birthday.
Remind me who that is?
She's on Law and Order.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes,
yes. Yeah, Law and Order. SUV, I believe. SVU.
SVU. Get it right, Wayne.
I don't care what she drives. Anyway, I like her a lot. Anyway, she's having a birthday today. She's, Law and Order SVU, because right there it says Law and Order SVU. She's 48 today. Richard Dean Anderson is having a birthday. MacGyver.
Ah, that's who he is? Okay.
Yeah, MacGyver having a birthday. He's 62 today, and I've seen him play a lot of different characters. He plays a great villain. I mean,
always.
He's mean, man. He's mean. He's good.
He is mean.
Yeah, he is. And Princess Caroline of Monaco, or is it Monaco? No, it's Monaco.
I think it's Monaco.
Yeah, and she's 55 today. 55. Gee whiz. Okay. All right.
We want to remind you that this weekend, the 26th of January, at 7 o'clock p.m. is the Miss Goldsboro Scholarship Pageant. It'll be taking place at the Paramount Theater. We have quite a few young ladies, local young ladies, that are competing for the title of Miss Goldsboro 2013. Then we also have a group of young ladies that are competing for the title of Outstanding Teen Miss Goldsboro. That takes place this Saturday, 7 o'clock p.m., Paramount Theater. Get your tickets ahead of time if you're interested in attending, or at 5 o'clock p.m. at the box office at the Paramount. They will go on sale the day of the pageant. We do want to warn you, however, that tickets sell very quickly, so make sure you're there as early as possible to get your tickets.
Oh, that's a warning.
Warning. Yeah, they really do sell quite well, and we usually fill that Paramount Theater up, so we want to make sure if you're interested in coming, you can get your tickets ahead of time. Go to MissGoldsboro.org. You can find out more information about that.
The Wayne County Humane Society, and you know, one thing that people don't even think about, and it's a serious problem, becoming very serious, are pets who pet owners do not see that their pets are taken care of by spaying and neutering. And this, you know, people make a lot of fun of this, but it's very serious and can be very serious. Wayne County Humane Society having their low fixed income spay neuter clinic last Saturday.
Oh,
anyway, if you would be interested in having your pet spayed or neutered, you can call the Wayne County Animal Control and Adoption Center, Education and Adoption Center on Klingman Street in Goldsboro, right across from the Maintenance Center.
That's right.
And ask them about.
They have certain dates throughout the year that
they have certain dates throughout the year.
They have the little clinics. That's right.
That's right. What you said.
They can answer your questions.
That's right, regardless of what your question is.
That's right. Well, you know what? There's something happening here in Goldsboro. It's called the 2013 Carolina Games Summit. Yes, it is.
Really?
It's the 8th annual Carolina Games Summit. What do you think that would be? Comprised of what?
Mountain climbing.
Well, let's see.
Well,
It's actually,
when you say summit, I'm
you
thinking
think of a mountain. I know. It's actually, it was where we spotlight premier students of the simulation and game design program at Wayne Community College.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
One of whom is, let's see, who's this founder? Kithic Games co-founder?
Kithic Games co-founder.
And creative director and lead programmer, Andrew Howell.
Yes.
How about that?
He's with Kithic.
Yes, he is. Along with his father, Mike Howell, the duo spent 8 years analyzing, building, and coding video games as a hobby before taking their interest to the next level and formed Kithic Games back in July of 2012.
You know, my grandkids are involved with that.
Are they really?
Oh, let me tell you.
Well, upon
Very
graduation, Andrew hopes to take Kithic Games to the highest ranks of the gaming industry by releasing a fresh library of games for consoles, PCs, and handhelds, mobile devices, and other innovative game technologies. Wow. Visitors to the Kithic Games exhibit can play and test his games that he's currently coming up with. Wow. My goodness. Let's see. The team is seeking motivated artists and sound technicians for a collaboration on anticipated future projects.
Really?
Follow Kithic Games and their progress on Facebook and Twitter. It's Kithic. Kithic Games.
Wow.
Wow. If you're interested in going to the Carolina Games Summit, it's $10 per player. You can actually participate. This price includes full access to all the speakers, exhibits, and excitement of the Carolina Games Summit has to offer at Wayne Community College.
And I thought that was a misspelling, but it's not misspelled.
It is not misspelled.
Kithic. Kithic.
It's going to be held Saturday, February the 2nd, 8 p.m., Wayne Community College, right here in Goldsboro.
All right.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah. Mine, too. We have Diane Ivey up next. But
right.
first, before we go to Diane, we're going to visit
CrimeStoppers.
with Paige Lerner.
That's right. Paige has she has a couple different cases that she would like some help right here in the community with. So let's hear what Paige has got to say, then we'll go straight with Diane Ivey. Joining me today is Paige Lerner, the coordinator for Goldsboro CrimeStoppers. Welcome, Paige.
Thank you.
Well, how can we help you? What's happening in the city now?
Well, we have two things that I want to talk to you about today. One was reported by Mitchell's Eye Care Center on Spence Avenue. Actually, on January 15th of this year, 2013, they reported a break-in. Suspects broke into a door, and once inside, they stole a large quantity of Coastal Del Mar sunglasses. A lot of people are very familiar with those, and they would like to get a good deal on the street, but if they see somebody with a large quantity of Coastal Del Mars, we would really like to know who has those.
And what would they need to do? What would the public need to do?
Obviously, if they see somebody with them right at the moment, they can contact 911, but if they want to remain anonymous and report it through CrimeStoppers, they need to call me at 735-2255.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, and remind them one more time how they could be eligible for a prize?
Absolutely. If they call me, we set up a code name, and they can call me or they can text me. The same phone goes to these two numbers. The 735-225 number also is 222-4230. So if they're somewhere and they can't talk, but they can text at the same time, I'm the only one that answers those calls. So when they call, it's blocked, can't see their name, and I can't see the number they're calling from, which keeps it completely anonymous. I have them contact me back later. If it's information that leads to a felony arrest, then I am able to pay them cash. They're all eligible for cash reward. If that happens, what we do is set up a time. They'll call me back and check in. They'll give a code name. We'll set up a place they're comfortable with, and I will pay them a cash reward without asking their name.
Perfect. So it's a win-win situation for
Absolutely,
everybody.
yeah.
Well, Paige, I believe you have a second case as well that you're asking the community's help with.
Well, the second one I wanted to talk about was on January 14th. We had Wesley Goff reported that he was shopping at the Family Dollar store on Wayne Memorial Drive. And once he approached his car, he noticed a subject that was on the inside approaching him, and when that subject came over to him, he knocked him to the ground, took his jacket, and ran off with his jacket. And Mr. Goff reported that being a black male. We're not sure about the age, but he was wearing a black jacket, a white shirt, and blue pants. And that happened actually on the 10th. The official report was on the 14th, but if anybody was in that area on the 10th of January.
Can you tell us that location one more time?
That is the Family Dollar store, which is at 1403 Wayne Memorial Drive.
Okay.
Same thing with that. If they have any information that we can follow up on, call 735-2255.
Thank you so much. The community, we need your help on either one of these cases. If any of this sounds familiar to you, or if you saw anything on those particular days that was suspicious, or you have any information, please call the number behind us. You may be eligible for a cash reward.
Thank you.
Today we're talking with Diane Ivey of the Wayne Business and Industry Center at Wayne Community College.
That's right.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I have been waiting for a long time for you to come up and do a program with us.
Well, I appreciate your being flexible and working around my schedule so I could come.
Thank you for working it out with us. Now, what is the, if you would give us an idea of what the Wayne Business and Industry Center is?
Sure. It is a big name for what a lot of people do really well at Wayne Community College. About a year and a half ago, we had some retirements at the college, and Dr. Albertson took the opportunity to kind of reorganize and restructure how business and industry services were delivered at the college. So, looking at some models for some other communities, we decided that in order to give the community a good idea of what we have at the college that is for college students, but is also for people who are not at the college. So she kind of restructured and gave us the name Wayne Business and Industry Center rather than the Wayne Community College Business and Industry Center. We really do work some with our students, but the majority of our services are for the community at large. Now, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
We have the Small Business Center. Our students are certainly in lots of programs that would lend them to be business owners at some day, but the Small Business Center is for everyone. It's for all the small businesses in the community and also for those folks who want to be small business owners who are in our community. The customized training program works fairly exclusively with business and industry in Wayne County. We also have the Military Business Center, and that's Pam Pogue, and what she does is works with folks who are already in business and who want to be federal contractors, and she helps them apply for and bid on federal contracts out there. So it's a way to help our local businesses connect with those contracts to bring more business to our county. Many of our programs and services are geared to affect the quality of life in our community.
You must have hundreds of people working in this department.
Oh,
How many people do you have who do all of this work?
Gosh, can I count them aloud?
Sure.
Well, Renita Dawson is our Small Business Center Director, and Steve Herring works in customized training. And Jenna Cantwell, I believe she's been on your show.
She has.
Is with me in the Works Initiative for soft skills and does some intro to manufacturing.
Okay.
And then we have Lori Waller and Mary Mills Borden who do career services and CRC testing for us. We have some part-time folks who are like to give our assessments and things like that for CRC. And then there's me, and we have a staff assistant, Linda Berard. And, you know, I can't leave her out because she's the glue that holds us all together.
I got it. Wow. Now, I used to think a small business owner was somebody who was 5'5" or less. A small business owner.
Okay.
Okay. But actually, that's not only silly, it's just not true. How do you describe a small business? And for someone who is interested in starting, say we have budding entrepreneurs out there who are saying, gee, if I only had a start, where do I start? You always start with a business plan, and can they get help with that?
Well, certainly being short does not keep you from being a small business center owner.
See?
So that is an important thing to look at. And how you define small business really depends on your perspective. We generally say 200 employees or fewer. We know many of our, especially our startups, are single employee businesses. It's the owner. And sometimes, you know, as they get started, it's the owner and their families.
Okay.
But if someone has an interest in starting a business, even if they're not really sure what their idea is yet, what they want to do is to contact Renita Dawson at our Small Business Center at Wayne Community College, part of our Business and Industry Center. One thing that Renita does is she has seminars that are mostly free of charge, and anyone can come. And by the way, we have one tonight. Starts at 6 o'clock. It's in the Walnut Building at Wayne Community College in room, it's either 101 or 104, but they're right across the hall from each other, so not hard to find. And the one tonight is about free services through the Small Business Administration. But every semester and every year, Renita goes through a common course kind of thing that we do for all small businesses. Can be anything from what business are you interested in to how to write your business plan to marketing your small business, all of those kind of core courses that every small business needs.
So someone could come to the Small Business Center with only the drive to want to start a new business without
Yes.
knowing what they actually want to do.
Yes, Renita has
Wow.
had a couple of seminars recently on the best small businesses to start now. And she keeps that information as a resource around so she can share that information with somebody who just comes in and says, you know I could be a really successful business owner. I just need some direction. She does one-on-one counseling as well as the seminars and educational services. All kinds of great services available through our Small Business Center. She also, last fall, did a very successful leadership series. And it's open to anyone. It's leadership for small businesses, but when you think about it, the principles of leadership are basically the same, whether you're in a management position within an organization or whether you're managing your own business. So it's really open to anyone. That was very successful. We had a number of people who took all 4 seminars in the series, and we were able to give them a certificate, a leadership certificate. This spring, she's concentrating on women in business. So go online and check out her list of courses that are available in her seminar series that's going to be about women in business. I think that starts, I have the little flyer right here. Starts March the 5th. That whole series will start, so there's lots on there. We actually have our own website, WayneWorksNC.com.
Okay.
So all of this information about Small Business Center can be found there on that website.
On WayneWorksNC.com.
That's correct.
Outstanding.
So you can find out all other kinds of things about what we do there too.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, we're almost out of time. We will, in fact, have another program.
Wonderful.
In fact, with you, and if you'll stay with us, we'll do another program.
That'll be great.
Very good. We've been talking with Diane Ivey, who is the Executive Director of the Wayne Business and Industry Center at Wayne Community College. Lots of good information there from Diane Ivey and from Paige Leonard. I hope we can get some help for Paige. And,
Yes.
and you know, Crime Stoppers is such a wonderful program.
It is, and Paige is going to come on weekly to talk about different cases that they're investigating and constantly asking for your help in the community. Yep.
And if you are able to successfully help find someone who is wanted,
That's right, an arrest is made.
an arrest is made and a conviction,
That's right.
at that point you could be eligible for a cash reward from Crime Stoppers.
That's exactly
That
right.
money, that is not tax money either, by the way. That money is given to Crime Stoppers by donations. It's a wonderful organization.
Yes, it
All
is.
right. Well,
Yes, tell us the answer to your trivia question,
our
Wayne.
trivia question today is, what automobile was voted the worst car of the millennium? In other words, the worst vehicle that was manufactured, the worst car, that is, manufactured between the years 1001 and 2000. By listeners, this was voted by listeners of National Public Radio's popular car talk show. Now, first of all, you have to imagine who listens to National Public Radio and who listens, Barbara, who listens to car talk program.
Barbara.
Yeah, program. I know. Car Talk is a great. Is that the the brothers, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
They're actually going to be stopping.
Yeah,
I want to
they
hear
are.
the answer.
The answer is, from the 1980s, the car was the Yugo.
Oh,
You ever heard
man.
the Yugo?
Yeah, I've heard of the
Remember
Yugo. Yeah, it was
It
that
was
car.
mechanically challenged, to put it nicely. It was a Yugoslavian compact, jokingly referred to as the No-Go. It sold for about $3,990 in the U.S. back in the 1980s.
How much was it?
Less than $4,000.
I didn't hear what you said. Okay.
Less than $4,000 in the 1980s.
A brand new one.
Was, you know, for a new car, but that was in the low average,
Right, right.
if you take everything into consideration. All right.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
Well, I want to see who's on tomorrow's show. Let's see if I have that. Oh, wait,
Tomorrow's Thursday.
yeah, I
I'm
don't.
not sure we have that yet. do
Yeah,
we?
I'm not sure we do either.
Okay.
We'll pass on that.
Okay, we'll pass on that.
We will. We will.
Okay.
Let's see. We do have, I wanted to remind you about the daddy-daughter dance, of course, at the not at the Paramount, but at the Herman Park Center.
Herman Park Center.
February the 8th, 6 o'clock p.m. $5 per person. Girls ages 4 to 12, bring your daddy out for a date night. Lots of fun and dancing and games. For more information, you can contact Goldsboro Parks and Recreation at 919-739-7491. Daddy-daughter dance.
Daddy-daughter dance.
Great date night.
Goldsboro Family Y will be the location of a Turning Point lock-in. This is coming up soon, sponsored by the Friends of the 4-H. You can call the Family Y for more information about that. Students who attend and participate in the lock-in must be registered by an adult. You can't just register yourself if you're a middle school student. So middle school students, Friends of the 4-H inviting middle school students to a lock-in at the Goldsboro Family Y with food and crafts and karaoke and swimming and basketball.
Oh, sounds like a
games.
fun night.
It's going to be a great night. So go to the call the Goldsboro Family Y or talk to someone with the Friends of 4-H for more information about that. That's coming up soon.
That's great.
All righty.
Well, Wayne, I believe that might be about it for the day.
That's all I have.
That's all I have, too. We will wrap it up.
We're going to wrap now.
No, we're not. We're not wrapping today.
Or break dancing, either one. I'm going to do either
But
one.
Mike can talk him into line dancing or Zumba. We'll
I don't
see.
think so at all. Anyway, join us again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on WGTV Today for WGTV Today.
That's right.
That makes sense. Until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.